This will get some barbecue. This will get some barbecue. I love that.
Welcome back to Trot Plays Lost Epic. We're here with Doug, and we are going to be showcasing what the game is like further down the line on a separate character. So.
Whoa! Dude!
Yeah, like this is why I said the game gets very, very drastically different as you get further in it and start investing.
Shit, man, you look awesome!
Now, before, well, after I talk to her.
Okay. So, well, first please put the volume down a little bit. Did you watch Velma yet?
I have not watched Velma, but I indirectly watched people watching Velma.
What's their reaction like?
The fuck?
I mean...
Which I, in certain aspects, very much agree. Because there's certain areas of that where it's like, what? What? Why? Why was this joke necessary? What is... But then there's other ones that do hit. I'll give them credit. There's a few that are actually really, really hilarious and they need to lean into more.
Well, I could only, like, sit through... I couldn't even sit through the first 5 minutes of the first episode. Like, okay,
oh, yeah.
For the record, I'm, like, if anybody jumps in... Because, like, Velma's black now, I'm like, okay, I'm personally not complaining, because, like...
Also, yeah. for side quick cut, yeah, I'm only at 50% in the advanced thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Fucking map. There's still 3 bosses I haven't even gotten to, which is those yellow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, I really wanted to bring that. I was gonna bring up, like, you're only halfway through the game, but, like, you know, Velma sidetrack.
Yeah.
So,
well, no, it's fine because there's, as given with the game, there's not as much plot to have to go over as aggressively. So, but yeah, Velma. Like I said, I watched someone watching it, so I got some of the further later jokes that happen in the series, and some of them are good, but that beginning is a harsh sit through.
That's what I wanted to talk about, because I could not watch that. So wait, are you telling me it does get better?
It has better jokes. It does not really get better overall. So, like, the structure of the story and things that happen aren't going to just make you compelled, but every so often they're going to throw a joke out there that you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's a good joke. I give you credit for that joke. So it's more like hit and miss with certain writers for how they did it.
Okay.
Voice acting-wise, I like Mindy, but I don't feel like she's giving her all.
Really?
She feels pretty just, I showed up, you told me to read this, I did it.
Oh, God.
And the role of Mindy being Velma comes off very Lily Singh, but with glasses.
Well, first of all, Jesus, okay, Mr. Quincy. Wait, now you got arrows that hold?
That is exactly what I built him after.
So, yeah,
the moment I found a bow and found those attacks, I was like, I'm making a fucking Quincy.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So, wait, what's the voice actress's name?
Mindy... It's the one who played in the Mindy Project. I can't ever remember her last name to say it perfectly.
I don't know who she... I'm trying to remember who she...
They had the show The Mindy Project for a while. The main actress who is Mindy is Mindy.
Okay.
If you Google that in, she'll probably just pop up as a picture.
Well, the only thing that I hated about the first, like, 2... They were breaking the fourth wall so fucking much, and I'm just all like, okay, I get it. You're turning... It's fourth...
I could kind of get it. The way I was going over it with some friends was It's clearly a show made for the new generation if they didn't know anything about Scooby-Doo. If they didn't know anything about it, I could see them getting all, ooh, these words, this catchiness or anything. But when you are already a Scooby-Doo fan, and you came back for Velma, thinking Velma's gonna get an awesome story, and then you get this. And you're just like, no. No one wanted this. So I think that's the main problem. If the show wasn't trying to be Scooby-Doo and wasn't trying to be Velma itself, it could function as a separate show and probably exist.
You know what? I'll
You're
get
trying to
behind
do
that.
this as a precursor before everything, and then the way the story's already set up's like weird, so the fuck?
I will get behind that argument. I mean, like, I wasn't... For the record, I was never that big of a Scooby-Doo fan, despite the fact that I've literally constructed a scenario with Bill Clinton running around with Scooby-Doo in the gang. It's just, when I was going into Velma, the only thing I knew about it was they're like, oh, they made it adult. And I'm like, okay, how adult are we talking about? And then...
Roaches fuck.
Wait, what?
Roaches fuck.
Yeah.
That's adult.
I think they were trying to go for, like, the Harley Quinn approach of things.
Yeah. That was the first thing I felt like with the way they were landing jokes. And the way that, like, Velma is clearly somewhat speaking to the audience. And sometimes I'm like, y'all are trying to get that Harley magic again. But this isn't the same type of thing for you to do that.
It's not just that. Harley Quinn wasn't... It's not that funny. I don't know why people keep saying it's funny. It is not funny.
It's not that funny, but it does give you... The show gives you more of a dynamic of what you would expect Harley to be like if just living life in the comics, not in between battles.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of see Harley just having adventures on the side when the heroes aren't doing stuff and just having stuff go on. So I could get the appeal of that show if you were a Harley fan, because it's very like Harley having a life. But if you were here for like adventure and great comedy, no, why were you? I mean, Harley is built like a funny character, but when was Harley just cracking jokes left and right ever as like the supreme comedian?
Yeah. And then
there would be there should have been no expectation for like great humor, but you know, animated, so we gotta throw humor in.
And then because I literally the point where I stopped watching Velma, it's that part clearly resonates in my head. Like, I'm dead fucking serious. After the murder, right? Well, I don't know how much of the first episode you know about.
Oh, like I said, I know a decent amount of all the episode release because I watched somebody reacting to episodes, so I know things that happened later too.
When the two detectives show up, and she's all like, "Wow, the two lesbian detectives that aren't good at being detectives." That's one thing that's about the LGBT. I was like, nope, enough of this. None of that. I can get behind what they were trying to do when they were like setting up Velma and Daphne to be rivals. I get that. I'm fine with that because there's always been that unspoken rivalry between Velma and Daphne. I think she's hotter than Daphne. Many people think Daphne's the hot one. I get that. I can get behind that. I was like, okay, this I can fuck with. It's fine. It's nice that they finally fucking acknowledge the unspoken rivalry. But then they kept breaking the fourth wall over and over. And when that detective scene happened, I just noped out of that. Noped.
Well, since you're not gonna return to it, I might as well give some spoilers.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. See, here's the one could argue that I straight up did not give it a chance, and I can kind of get behind that because giving things a chance is really hard. Sometimes if you give things a chance, you'll know you wasted your time with like I don't know, fucking Hammer and Bolter. Despite it having like one, maybe two good episodes, I completely regret it because the animation quality sucked. There were, like I said, there were one, maybe two good episodes in Hammer and Bolter, But, like, at the same time, if I didn't give things a chance, I still can't arguably call myself a Ruby fan. Hell, I still arguably call myself an Attack on Titan fan, despite Attack on Titan really trying my patience with not only Eren and all that bullshit, but I still refuse to read the manga to know what the fuck happens in the end, because I really want to genuinely be surprised, because I'm still an Attack on Titan fan. I gave Naruto a chance, and even though I was all like, Naruto limped to the finish line, I still watched the damn thing because I just owed it that much, if that makes any sense. I know I'm babbling, but you see my point. I don't know if I should give it a chance or not.
Well, then fine. I'll let you go ahead and go through and crush all your expectations and hopes.
Well, wait. Are you what?
Well, no, I remember I was gonna tell you spoilers about stuff for in the future, but you didn't want it, so I'll let you find it out.
That's the so yeah, I should give it a chance, essentially what you're saying.
No, I'm just telling you there's things that you probably will have more rants prepared for way later that you haven't seen.
Oh god, you want me to watch it, so that's what you're...
Not necessarily. I could literally just tell you and you could rant about it ahead of time. Or you could watch it and prepare your rant yourself.
I don't know! Because this is your thing, I don't want to... Oh man!
It will still happen.
You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna remember it for Slab Lounge, that's the problem. At Slab Lounge, I have another Godfrey Ho movie to watch for you guys to watch.
Oh, you'll remember. It's pretty defining stuff.
I might ask you to tell me in the second episode when we're doing this.
Okay.
But like before we do any of that, so that is so cool.
Yeah, that's not even the final form of that sword. There's still another tier.
What? There's a perfect thing?
Well, I mean, like, because I upgraded it to that point, and then later they were like, "Hey, did you know there's a holy version of this?" And you're like, "What the? What?"
So I get it. You needed I get it because like you absorbed Android 17. Now you need Android 18 to upgrade it to holy version. I get it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
So Disney. Oh God, oh God in heaven, Disney. So there are more cancellations. They're supposedly trying to revive Phineas and Ferb for like 42 more episodes.
Oh, yeah, I've been hearing whispers of that somewhat.
Yeah, but like they're more or less like a lot of people aren't going to their park.
I mean, people have been calling out a lot of issues. Aren't trying to fix them. Just saying.
Well, I mean, to be fair, apparently they haven't really added any attractions, and they're shooting themselves in the foot because they let go of Harry Potter.
Yep.
And now, like, Universal stock is skyrocketing because Super Nintendo World's about to open.
It's just insanity waiting for them. That's all.
I want to go to that so bad, but at the same time, first of all, I don't want to go alone because that's pathetic. Second, you can't. I don't know if I don't know anybody that wants to. Like, I'd have to even if the lady that I'm seeing, no way in hell she's gonna. No, there's no amount of convincing I can try. She hates the fact that I do video games. She hates the fact that I fucking design video games.
Well, okay. And what does she do?
I don't want to.
I'm not saying putting her all out on blast, but like the essence of what her work is.
I don't want to say.
You don't want to say because it's gonna immediately cause judgment?
Pretty much.
Okay, then she should probably cut back some of that judgment she's thrown out. Just saying. If you ain't in the tier that you can brag about what you do, don't talk about other people.
Well, the reason why I don't want to say it in front of you is simply put, I could say she's a fucking nun, and you'd still find a way to tear that apart.
Well, no, I mean, if she's a nun, I'ma have questions.
Right there. That's how it starts. Right there.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying she's not dedicated to her thing, I just have questions.
Like I said, you'd find a way to tear it apart.
You know, if it's actual tear, like if she, okay. If she is like, I don't like you being a video game designer, and then you go, what is she? And she's like, she is the rocket scientist that's making the fucking fuel that Elon's using for a jet. No, I am not going to judge her. The tier she's at that point is above me. I can't judge her.
Alright, fine. Fair enough. But in all honesty, I'll just say this. While she's not a coworker, she's around me. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. And she still needs to lower a little bit of that.
I mean, hey, look, she's cool with me about everything else. She just doesn't like, cause like, you know, I get it. She's.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
this is just her one thing.
Yeah, it's just
like,
one thing. It's like, you know how it is. It's like like people are just saying like, oh, video games are for kids or some shit like that. Why the hell are you making them or whatever? You know what I mean? That whole deal.
Oh no, I totally get it because technically I'm in a relationship with a partner who doesn't really watch anime. So, for my life purposes, it's very definite. Because it's like, ooh, all these shows I watch. I know you don't even care. There's no point even bothering to utter them.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's like a whole section of my life that's like, I can't even share that with you. Because I'm just gonna get dead eyes as I talk. So no, I get it. Sometimes it's like that, then everything else is okay. It's just that one area that you're like, well, guess that's how it be.
Yeah. I'll downgrade the quality, fuck it. Don't worry, this will be fast forwarded because of the buffering bullshit. Anyway, well, you know what? No, I won't fast forward this. But, you know what, so, it's not, so, apparently, whatchamacallit was only the, what the fuck is that? It kind of looks like a Mr. X wannabe.
Yeah, it's a weird, pussy mutant thing that explodes regardless.
Damn.
This is later areas. Your aggression beats nothing. The game tell you, screw you with all the power that you got, it means nothing. Skeletons are more durable with you.
I gotta give him, but like, dude, I am in love with I like the snow and I love the music.
Also, every area I go to, I'm more in awe. I'm just like, wow, they did so much with it.
This music sounds like it should be fucking Fire Emblem, dude. Like I'm serious.
The only area I'm not sure of music yet is the Underworld, because, you know, dreary Underworld, and I hear the dripping of water, so they have atmosphere. But
oh, okay.
But
dude, I gotta look. Those skills, that skill set's pretty badass. You got the skills you got are pretty badass. Oh, you summon the hand?
Well, it helps to be able to toggle in and out, because now I have a shield.
Yeah.
But I can still use my other skills. I have that support fire.
Right.
I love that mechanic that I can activate and switch over and be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotta.
But this is when it's gonna get real. Prepare.
Whoa! Hello, Sandworm. I didn't know you were in Arrakis.
Yeah.
What the? Why is there a lady at the end of that tunnel? I mean, I know you like. I know eating women out is always a good thing, but come on, dude. That's just weird.
But that's his Fisher. If you slowly walk onto the scene, you'll see that little girl first.
Oh, okay.
So then if you run up to it, it jumps out. But I'm usually already running onto the scene, so they just pop out.
Oh, okay. So
because I think at some point I took a pause to show it like I saw them and I was doing something. They were just like, oh, I'm awake.
Oh, okay. So, it's not just HBO Max that's purging itself right now. The purge is happening all over the... Oh, hello. It's happening, it's officially happening all over the place. AMC got hit hard with, oh shit. Oh wow, orbital bombardment. Wow, and they're still bombing the shit out. Oh wow,
yeah, okay. They don't. Yeah, I have a revive. I've worked hard enough to get a revive. But I can't win this situation, so really...
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck?
That's kind of where I've been stuck at for a while, because that's a bit much, even for my character. They're just pelting me from both sides, and I'm just like, Jesus, I can't... There's no skill I have that can just wipe you clean yet.
Jesus, yeah. Wait, is this the Underworld?
And then this is the Underworld area.
Whoa.
So that's why I said, like, this doesn't have music, but it builds the atmosphere of being in the more Underworld section.
Dude, yeah. Dude,
all those torches you see, originally they weren't lit. You had to light those as you go through. So everything was pitch black darkness when you come in.
Whoa, that's awesome. I like that as a mechanic, because, yeah, you're on your fucking toes. Anyway. So yeah, AMC got hit hard too. Pantheon got canceled. And Season 2 was, like,
really?
nearly done with production. Like, I think Season 2 was done in production, so they essentially pulled a Batgirl on it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I actually like watching Pantheon. Wait, did you start watching Pantheon?
The beginning parts, but I haven't gotten that far. Like, I just got it.
Yeah, right?
So,
it's totally...
It's kind of like...
the
it's the same thing as, like, The Expanse. I think I didn't even get into it till, like, when it was hitting season, like, 4, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then I was just starting it.
Yeah, like I said, because the trailers do not do it justice. I thought it was just a thing of it was like, oh, it's reboot. No, it's not. It was...
I could get why they wanted to gear it towards that to get those people, but if they had done it properly, they'd get a lot more.
But yeah, Pantheon's gone. And you know how bad it's gotten? They actually canceled one of their Walking Dead spin-offs.
What?
Yeah,
that is pretty bad. I didn't think that would ever get affected by it.
Yeah, no, Fear the Walking Dead finally got the boot. Well, I mean, Fear the Walking Dead, I always thought was fucking stupid, but...
I was into it in the beginning, because I liked the whole side story of what's happening while your characters are doing stuff, but it drugged. It drugged so far. And I was just kind of like, okay, I'm no longer invested.
Yeah, the actor who played Morgan was leading the charge on that, or did he, like, leave or whatever? You know what? I don't even care. But,
I think he left.
Okay.
Because I think I remember some interview mentioning it, but it wasn't like a big controversy type thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Only because I can breathe, you didn't notice that, because I gained it from before. That area was, yeah, it's underwater.
Yeah.
So normally, you would be bound to the whole oxygen breathing rules, too. But I already beat the water level that lets me breathe underwater.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So, there's certain mechanics you would normally get more hindered by, but I kind of already took care of them earlier, so I don't want you to get to the water level and suddenly be like, why am I dying when I'm swimming? And it's like, oh, because you can't breathe, but I can, so...
Oh, okay. So, yeah, like, Fear the Walking Dead's gone, and, like, So, I don't know what else, and, like AMC's, like, really starting to scramble, because, like, oh, AMC Plus thing isn't driving as much, isn't getting as much traffic.
Because too many people are trying to plus! Just stay at your regular app! AMC was not really having issues with the original app. And then you're trying to be like, we're gonna be all advanced, like everybody else, and plus, and throw all these money resources. No. Stay on the regular app and just make it more money. Stop trying to throw more money in the hopes to make more money when you don't know what your clients want.
To me, this is more like the .com bubble all over again, if you think about it. Like all this, like they're throwing around all this money and like seeing the initial success, but like the thing is, no one sees the long game.
Yeah, because I feel like it's a fail of marketing and research.
And a lot of
they're
people
assuming what the fad is currently, but not thinking about the long game of, okay, well, if it passes, what do we need to do?
Because one of the driving factors of the whole streaming service nonsense, I gotta give them credit. That they made that guy fucking creepy.
No, the first time I ran into him, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I didn't.
Freaked out.
I love that. Like, I love how they reused that particular monster and upped the creepy factor. That's awesome.
The fact of where he showed, I was just like, who the hell did he murder before I got here? What the hell?
Right?
You have that just slowly inching on the screen as you run, and you're just like, nope, gonna go the other way. Nope.
Yeah, right? So, like, they're just saying, because, like, they're saying, like, the stupid fucking... Because, like, you know how Netflix was losing money hand over fist? And, like, everyone, all the investors were still sticking with them because their subscriber count kept going up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they looked at that as the main source and think, okay, we can do the same thing. Then Netflix's subscription count started to drop because the content just wasn't there. And then, and you know, they're doing that whole, and with Netflix gonna be doing that paid ads nonsense soon-ish. I don't know when it's gonna start.
It's been in my hell hesitation to even give. I'm not even gonna lie. I officially have been paying for like no apps for like forever.
Wait, so
and the only thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I've been paying for like no apps for like forever. And so, the problem being is some of the new stuff that's been coming out, I'm like, oh, I want to watch it, but I need to pay for this app. And then the apps are all doing all these crazy things. And I'm just like, I don't want to pay for you. Like...
Yeah, that's essentially what, that's, like, I still have my methods and, I still have my means of getting around, because, like, you know, I was curious with Warhammer Plus, and then I was watching Hammer and Bolter, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay for Hammer and Bolter. Maybe Angels of Death if Season 2 comes out, or, like, if Season 2 comes out. I know Henry Cavill's gonna be working with Warhammer Plus since he got the boot from DC for whatever reason.
There's so many conflicting discussions about why, but either way, I don't feel like he was terribly at fault. I'm 100% sure it was them.
Yeah, I know he left Netflix because he was not happy with what they did with The Witcher. He was like, apparently Cavill was a big fan of the Witcher series and only signed on to make sure that what the fuck?
That's this area.
Okay, that, like, you know, they follow the books or what have you, right? But since and like. There has been so much drama behind the scenes because Cavill really wasn't liking what he was still arguing for source material and shit like that. And eventually it got to the point where they were just all like, dude, either fall in line or get the fuck out. He was just all like, fuck you. So he got out.
He's like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, he did not want to tolerate with any of their nonsense. And I'm like, you know... and you know what? Props to him. He's like, you know, and he's all like, granted, I still refuse to take a side on whether or not source material matters. I will give Cavill this much: sticking to your guns is a ballsy move, especially when you're putting your paycheck on the line.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, also in his current bracket, he probably could do that. Not in the sense of like no, but it's just like. He can put his foot down about his role because he knows his worth, and other people are still going to want him and respect him for that. So if they don't want him, he could be like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, and for better or worse...
Someone will definitely work with me.
Yeah, and for better or worse, Games Workshop did sign him up, so so whether you like it or whether you like him or hate him, he landed on his feet considering.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing better than, what's her name? Gina... The one that was in The Mandalorian but then left and then tried to do her own stuff.
Oh yeah, because isn't that because she was like a transphobic bitch or something like that?
Yeah, and then now she's at war with people because her movie that was being promoted when she left, it did horrible. Like, super horrible. Like, it literally made $800. That's it.
That's
like,
funny.
yeah. Horrible. And so now she's on that, social media touring of blaming everybody else about being too woke about the movie, even though the complaints about the movie were people saying it was fucking too woke.
Really?
Yes, because they were like, oh, a woman who can do all this. She's beating up all these men. The movie instigates the very thing that they tried to act like, oh, you're not supposed to be about.
It's weird, like,
it's dumb to have a political side that constantly is like, we're about masculine male energy. And then you want to try and pump out a female role model and expect it to work too.
They already, it's weird. It's weird to say that because Rooster Teeth does a better job with lady protagonists, and I'm not just talking about Ruby, Genlock, because they showed they have what, 2 characters. One of them was actually trans. The Arabic lady. What the fuck was that?
Oh yeah, he's down here too.
What the fuck?
Yeah, those become common later. In early game, they'll show up like once or twice to block your way, and you'll just be like, oh no. And then later, the game, they're just like, yeah, it's casual enemy. You're just gonna see him. It's fine.
Well, that's kind of anticlimactic, because I was expecting like a fucking epic thing. Anyway, so they're just all like, because I think that, it was an Arabic lady, yeah, she gets punched in the face by a dude, and they treat it like, whatever. That just happens. Like, it wasn't like, and she was holding her own against the bastard. So take from that what you will.
Yeah.
So I mean,
see, that's just it's ridiculous overall. But that's, like I said, their flaw wouldn't have been an issue other than the fact that there's a right wing trying to promote right wing values in a movie. Because in a normal movie, having a female protagonist would not be an issue. She can be strong. She can do everything she needs to do. She can kick ass. Mm-hmm. Because that's what you'd expect. But on the right wing, all of you promote that women should be at home preparing the home and not out doing things and not out being strong, and that the men shouldn't be weak and getting beat up by the women. So why would you create a movie against your own view and then be surprised that your audience doesn't like your movie?
Yeah. What?
I mean, that's just where I'm confused about the whole them acting like, oh, well, I don't, all this and throwing excuses. Just admit, you fucking wrote a movie about the thing you've been complaining about and it didn't work. That's all it is.
I mean, it's weird. Captain Marvel with, what's her face? The lady who hates men. Yeah.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, yeah. They did a better job with that nonsense. And she legit hates guys.
Yeah, it's still believable in her sense to be like, okay. But in their sense, it's not, they never really just pushed straight out hardcore feminism either.
Yes.
So there's a way to push back if they need to and still be okay. But the right wing, with her, was just all about masculine male energy. By the way, have this masculine male energy woman. And expected no one to question. It makes no sense to begin with. They liked her in The Mandalorian because she was giving off masculine energy.
Yeah.
She was out there fighting. She was out there doing that. So then she gets her own movie to do that, and now you hate her for doing the thing you originally liked her for. But mainly because y'all promoted that women should be a certain way, and now you put her in the spot where she can't be that way. She can't go back to wearing dresses and look frilly and be like, oh my god. That's not gonna happen.
Oh my god.
I don't know, it was a Western movie, so I assumed she would have had to go all Western innocent woman and be like, I do declare, I can't imagine why you left me. I assume that's how that would work, so.
Oh my god, I love you, Captain K. Oh. But yeah, it's so stupid. Like, ugh, that's so fucking stupid.
It's part of that whole thing. That's why I guess I'm not really in the woke or anti-woke thing. I just think the whole thing's dumb. It doesn't even need to be addressed at all. Like, just don't even use the words. It's
Well, I still say you can
the original meaning's dead, so now it's just getting thrown out and milked into a dead horse, and then gets classified 70 different ways as I think this is woke, but that's not what that is. And then people who do think they know what woke is still don't know what woke is. So then you end up in this argument of everybody being like, "Oh, I hate woke." And it's like, none of this is even woke.
Well, that's just it. That's just idiot interpretation. That's like trying to talk shit about cancel culture when cancel culture's been around forever. It's just never been officially called cancel culture until now.
Yeah. And even now, it's still not the same scale that everybody promotes it up to be.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, "Oh, your whole life dies when you're canceled and no one can talk to you." Really? Donald fucking Trump. He is at the prime level of cancellation that anybody could be at, and he is still active and existing.
Yeah. For instance, like it was like with the whole anti-Semitism thing on the serious rise for no fucking reason, because like apparently like 81% of people subscribe to the fact that they in some way, shape, or form, like if you're into the Judaism faith, that you some way, shape, or form control the media or something like that. And I'm like,
I
really,
saw that
motherfucker,
report where
really,
most people
you really
are
want to go that
assured
route?
that Jewish people are there.
Dude, I'm just like, dude, really, motherfucker, you want to go that route? If the Jews controlled the media like you say, don't you think that the first thing that would get canceled would be Hitler? I mean, like, that would be prime canceling material right there. Oh, but why can't they do that?
I mean, like, that would be, yeah. Why would you... Hell, if they had that full level of control, why would there be any form of discrimination in media of them? How would you even be on the air to say, "I don't like them"?
Mm-hmm.
It still has to be, even if you go, "Oh, well, I'm live," the production still has to go through companies like them. They can just shut it off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and don't worry, people. This is actually going to be a double episode, so the next one's coming up like right after this because we're coming close to time.
Yes.
Don't worry, this will be a continuation.